guys, Sage Topaz here. I hope everyone is having an amazing day and staying safe. And if your day isn't going so great, well, hopefully this video can cheer you up. So thank God I'm having an amazing day. It's not sunny. I love hot sunny days. It is rainy. But thank God I was able to get my errands done before it started raining. So I didn't get caught up in the rain. So I'm happy about that. And yeah, I hope you guys are having an amazing day. So in today's video, I'm going to be talking about K-pop Demon Hunters. Woohoo! I finally got a chance to watch K-pop Demon Hunters. It is a animated movie. It's a action, adventure, fantasy, musical, comedy. Yes, it's a lot of genres. So yes, it when I first saw the trailer, I remember I was on YouTube because I love YouTube. As you can see, I have my own channel. So yes, I love YouTube. And I was on YouTube and I randomly came across the trailer for K-pop Demon Hunters. And when I saw the trailer, I was like, whoa, this movie looks amazing. I was like, this movie looks like it's going to be fun. And I'm so happy it did not disappoint. K-pop Demon Hunters exceeded my expectations. It was just a fun, feel-good movie. I just had a big smile on my face, like throughout the whole movie. It was just such an entertaining, fun movie, and yeah, it was amazing. And so I finally got a chance to watch it and I absolutely enjoyed it, and I'm going to review it and I'm going to talk about it in this video. And yes, and also, oh my goodness, the songs, I have not been able to stop singing these songs. Like the songs of this movie, I've been singing it all the time. I've downloaded the songs. Like I've been singing, "You're my soda pop, you're my little soda pop pop." I've been singing all those songs. Like I've been driving in my car just like singing like all the songs of K-pop Demon Hunters. The songs are so catchy and they're so fun. Like soda pop, you're my little soda pop pop. Yes, oh my goodness, I love the songs. So the songs are amazing. The storyline is amazing. And yes, if you have not seen K-pop Demon Hunters, please stop watching this video right now because this video has a lot of spoilers. I'm going to be talking about the movie. The plot is going to be major spoilers. So if you don't want the movie to be ruined for you, please stop watching this video right now. Stop watching. Stop watching. And because I want you to experience the movie. Like it's such a good movie that I want you to experience and enjoy this movie spoiler free. So I've done my part. If you decide to keep watching, I've done my part. So that's my spoiler warning. So anyway, so K-pop Demon Hunters. It was made by Sony Pictures Animation. That is the same studio that made movies like Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs, the Hotel Transylvania series, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, and yes, it has Sony Pictures Animation has a very impressive catalog, including K-pop Demon Hunters. So it premiered on Netflix on June 20th, and it has a star-studded cast and what the story is about. So here we go. Here's the story. So a long time ago, long time ago, centuries ago, demons used to come to Earth and they used to, take people's souls, and people were helpless until one day these three women decided to join together and, defeat the demons. So they were three women and they formed a singing group. But not only were they a singing group, and not only did they sing, but they would also beat up the demons. So they used their fists and they used their weapons to fight these demons. And they also had they used their singing voices, and their singing created this magical barrier called the Han Moon. And the Han Moon protects the world from demons. So they so basically every generation there is a new singing group, and it always consists of three women. It's like if Destiny's Child it's like if Destiny's Child decided to become demon hunters. Yeah, anyway, no, so yes, every generation would be three women is in a singing group, and they would use their singing voices to protect this magical barrier called the Han Moon. And also another way that the Han Moon um you know is formed, is strengthened, is they also have to make sure that they don't show their faults and they don't show their flaws. Yeah. So So they showed like these different girl groups over time. They showed them through the 20s and the 50s and the 60s and the 90s. So this new generation of demon hunters consists of a K-pop girl group called Huntrix, and they consist of Rumi, Mira, and Zoe. So Zoe is the lyricist and the rapper of the group, and she's an amazing rapper. She's also has a very bubbly, fun personality. She's very sweet. Mira is the lead dancer, and she is just like a rebel. She's in her family. Her family is like doesn't her family, her parents, her sibling. They don't understand her because she's like a wild child. She's like the black sheep of the family. But even though she's like tough, she's a really really sweet person, and she cares about her bandmates. She loves her bandmates. She loves her friends. She loves her fans. And then the lead singer of the group is Rumi. So Rumi is the lead singer. And another thing about Rumi is she has a secret. And her secret is, you ready for this? She's a demon. Dun dun dun. Okay, she's not a full demon. She's a half demon. Kind of like Dante from Devil May Cry. You know how Dante is half human, half demon? Rumi is the same thing as well. So this is okay. So Rumi's mom, she was in the previous, the last girl group before them. So Rumi's mom was in the last girl group, and she was bandmates with two other women, and one of the women was called is called Celine. So unfortunately, Rumi's mom passed away when she was really, when she was little, and Celine decided to raise Rumi on her own. So Rumi's mom is a human, and Rumi's dad is a demon. So that's why she's half human and half demon. And Celine, knows Rumi's secrets. She knows that Rumi is half human, half demon. And they never addressed it, but I wonder if the other bandmate knew that, um, Rumi's mom had a, half human, half demon daughter. They didn't address that, but Celine knows about Rumi's secret. So Rumi's carrying this secret, and Mira and Zoe have no idea. They have no idea. They think that Rumi is, it doesn't even come to their brains at all that, you know, because they fight and they kill demons. So of course they're not even gonna think that anyone in the group is a half demon. So anyway, so Rumi is carrying this secret, and Selena's been telling her since she was little that don't worry, that when this the Han moon, when it becomes golden, I guess it when it becomes golden, it's like, that's when it's like sealed, and that's when so yes, so basically, since Rumi is half human, half demon, she has these like patterns that show that she, has half demon in her. Because all the demons, they all have these patterns, and Rumi has these patterns. So she has to cover herself, and her bandmates, Zoe and Mira, are always like, "Hey, Rumi, let's go to the bathhouse," and she's like, "No, I'm good. I don't want to go." And they just think that she's being shy, but the truth is she doesn't want them to see her demon patterns. So this is a secret she hides from her bandmates, and she doesn't want to tell them because, again, they are supposed to be the good guys. They're the ones that fight demons, and she's like, they're never going to accept me for who I am. But Celine tells her that when they sing, like, and they make the barrier golden, which is like when the honeymoon becomes golden. That's kind of like when it's like sealed completely, I guess, and it destroys the demons or whatever. Then Rumi's patterns will go away, and she won't. I guess she'll be fully human. But yeah, so being a K-pop group, just like in real life, Huntrix, they're super successful. They have these like very loyal fans. They're always just selling just so many songs, and they're just topping the charts. They're super famous, so they're always singing, and their voice continues to strengthen the Han moon. So Rumi is very very stressed out because again, she's stressed out because she's keeping this secret from her friends. She's been keeping this, secret about her being half demon from her friends. And it's really started to take a toll on her. Not only that, but there is this award show called the Idol Awards, and during the Idol Awards, that's when um, they're gonna perform like there are a lot of songs, and that's when they're going to make the Han Moon golden. So Rumi really wants the Han Moon to become golden, so that way it's gonna be like sealed, and then she can lose these her patterns, and the world will be safe. So she's under a lot of stress, and she immediately like they just finished doing a concert, and Zoe and Mira wanted to take a break, and Rumi lets them have a break for like 2 seconds, and she's like, okay guys, now it's back to work, I got a new song, and she launched a new song. And if I was in the band group, me and Rumi would have fought, because no, listen, I want to sleep, I want to be on my couch, I want to watch TV. Okay, we need to rest. Okay. Give me one day of rest, Rumi, come on. So yeah, so she was under a lot of stress, and because of that, she started to lose her voice. So, meanwhile, while all this is happening in the human world, in the demon world, um, the leader of the demon world is called Guima. Guima, I think that's how you say it. So Guima. So yes. So basically, like I said, back, the demons would come and they would steal the souls of people and they would feed the souls to Guima. So over the centuries, these hunters have been protecting the world and fighting demons. So Guima isn't getting as many souls. So he's getting weaker and weaker. And he's really angry and annoyed because he's like, oh man, I'm not as strong as I used to be. So there's this demon called Genu. So Genu proposes an idea to Guima, and Genu is like, okay, I have an idea. I know how we can stop Huntrix once and for all. And Genu suggests that he and some other and four other demons create a boy band. So um Genu is like tells Guima that that way they'll be able to sing songs and they'll be able to gather fans, and that way the fans they can steal their souls and give them to Guima. So Genu doesn't care about Guima at all. Like he does not care. The reason that he's doing this is because him being a demon, so when he was a human, he sold his soul to become rich, and he constantly has regrets. He constantly sees the past. He's constantly just kind of tortured by what he did. So he just wants the torture to stop. He wants to forget his past. So that's the reason that he wants to do this. So when the demon hunters are destroyed and Grima becomes powerful, Grima promised him that he would, he forget everything. So he was doing it for himself. He just wanted to stop being tortured about his past. So anyway, so back in the human world, Rumi is still stressing over her voice. They're getting their new song ready, blah blah blah. And then all of a sudden, here come this new boy band group, and they're called the Saja Boys, and they just like completely just take the world by storm. And yes, it's Genu and four other demon guys. And oh my goodness, they are ridiculously good looking. Like, they are cartoon characters, but dang, I'm like, oh wow, these are really, really good looking cartoon, like handsome cartoon characters, man. Like, especially Genu and the other guy that had pink hair. I mean, they were all good looking, but yeah, so they drew them to be very, very, very handsome cartoon men. But yeah, so at first when the Huntrix, Zoe and Mira see the boys, they're like, oh. Just like everyone else, they're just completely blown away by how hot they are. And Genu and Rumi immediately just kind of falls in love with first fight and falls in love at first sight with Genu, but Genu is a jerk to her or whatever. And then they also find out, because they see the patterns, that the boy band are actually demons. So they find out that they're demons. And yeah, so they're like, oh no, this boy band is they're actually demons, and they have to stop them. And they find out that their plan is they're trying to steal the souls of their fans. So one time when Genu was fighting with the girls, they confronted each other and they got into a fight. And Genu clawed at Rumi and then like tore her sleeve, and then he saw her patterns, and then he realized that she's half demon and half human. And then Genu was like, oh, what, like what, she's half human half demon. So he was intrigued by her, and then he also was like, okay, maybe I can use this to my advantage, because he said the demons feel shame. Like, he realized that she was keeping this from her bandmates, and he was like, he's gonna use that to his advantage. So he decided to meet up with her. And at first, when they met up, Rumi wanted to kill him. Like, no, she literally, like, wanted to kill him. But he had to, like, calm her down. Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention their weapons real quick. Their weapons are so cool. Like, Rumi has the sword. Zoe has, like, these kind of, like, daggers that projectiles that she throws at the demons, and then Mira has, like, this really cool. I don't know how to explain it. Like, this really cool, like, curved weapon. It's really cool. But anyway, so yes, so Rumi and Jinu start meeting up, and Rumi is trying to convince Jinu that he needs to, stop being all evil, and stop doing what he's doing. But also, she actually relates to Jinu, because there's no one else like her, in the world. Like, she is half human, half demon, and this is the first, you know uh, demon that she's met, that she's been able to interact with. And Jinu told him her story about how he was human and how he sold his soul. So the more they meet, she's able to feel so comfortable around him, because again, he is someone that she can relate to. And then over time, they fall in love. Yes, they fall in love with each other. And then Gina, Rumi tells him that, they open at first Ginu was using Rumi. At first he was using her. Like, he was just gonna, like, I'm gonna use her. But after a while, like I said, they fell in love, and he was like, and also Rumi started bringing out the human side of Ginu, the human side that Ginu has been suppressing for centuries. She was bringing it out in him. So he decided that he was going to help Rumi, because Rumi also told him that, if they when they make the barrier golden on the Idol Awards, that Guima will be completely destroyed, and then, she'll lose her patterns, and then he can also, lose his patterns, I guess. And I guess, well, you guys become human. Yeah, because once Guima is defeated, he won't be a slave to Guima anymore, and he won't hear Guima torturing him anymore. So that was the deal. So Jinu agreed to help Rumi. So while all this is happening, her bandmates suspect that she's been acting weird, because she's been secretly meeting up with him. And they, especially Mira has a feeling that something is going on with her. But Rumi's like, nah, everything's fine, everything's fine. And then eventually, of course, the truth comes out, and Jinu, because Guima warned Jinu that, that nothing's gonna happen, you're never gonna be free, that you're always going to be a slave to me. And that was a lie. Guima was just messing with Jinu. So Jinu realized that, so Gina was like, okay, you know what, like, I'm never gonna be free. And also, he didn't tell Rumi the whole truth, because he told Rumi that he sold his soul to be rich, but he didn't tell her that he basically abandoned his mom and sister, and he left them to go to the palace. So he sold his soul to become rich, and that he, instead of him to bring his family with him to enjoy the wealth, he abandoned them. So Guima told him that if Rumi found out the truth, she'll never love you, blah blah blah. You guys can never be together. And then you can never be free, blah blah blah. So Jinu sadly realizes that, okay, I guess I can never have a normal life. So he before he promised Rumi that he would make sure his bandmates, the Saja boys, lost in the Idol Awards, but he didn't do that. He actually ended up exposing um, Rumi, and then showing the world and her bandmates that she's actually half demon. And she was devastated. And then he told her the truth, and he said that, oh, well, I lied to you. I actually abandoned my family. And she said that, no, what we had was real, that I know you're a good person deep down. And he's just kind of like, it's hopeless, blah, blah, blah. And, she went to Celine. Remember Celine, the woman that raised her? So when she went to Celine, she showed her, that everyone now knows, her bandmates know. And of course, when Mira and Zoe found out, they were devastated, and they were like scared, because they saw that their friend, there's, this person who they consider a sister, has been lying to them and is also half demon. The thing that the demons, the part of the demons that they fight, and they, the evil demons, like she's part of that. So of course they were like, no, we don't want anything to do with you. So yeah, so Rumi is devastated. She goes to Celine is like, okay, don't worry, we can try, maybe we can try to find a way to fix this. And Rumi said to her that, this is who I am, and that, doesn't she love her regardless? And she was like, oh no, that part of being that she, like, I do love you, but Rumi was like, but do you love all of me? And she was like, ah. And then Rumi realizes that no, that this is the no, like, because part of protecting, the barrier of the Han moon is to not show your flaws. And that's what Celine said. Celine said that I love you, but you have this flaw. And Rumi's like, you know what, like, this, the flaw is who I am, you know what I mean? So Rumi realizes that our flaws are what makes us, who we are, you know what I mean? And after this happens, like, and the band, Mira and Zoe found out about Rumi's secret. They were upset, as and also at this point, this was during the Idol Awards that Rumi's secret was exposed. So the Saja boys won the Image Award, and then they had like this big show in their, the Saja boys were in their demonic form, and they were playing this song which basically hypnotized everyone, including Zoe and Mira. So at this point in the movie, I'm like, oh my goodness, is this movie gonna have a bad ending? Is Grima gonna win? Oh my goodness, what? I really, like, things were looking hopeless. So everyone is hypnotized as the Saja boys are singing this song, and Guima is about to take over the world. And Jinu is sad because, he's sad that he heard Rumi. He's sad that, he's gonna be Guima's slave forever, right? And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, Rumi comes singing this beautiful song. And when she sings this song, it, talking about her flaws and how she's not perfect and no one is perfect and it doesn't matter. It's okay that we have our flaws. It gets Mira and Zoe out of that trance as well. So they're singing, and as they're singing the song, it's bringing positivity, and it's, strengthening the barrier. So the barrier that was getting weak by the Saja boys singing was now getting stronger and stronger, and they were able to use that. And then they used their weapons and their voices, and all the demons were like attacking them, and they were fighting them back. And then, and then Grima almost like kills Rumi, right? And then all of a sudden, Jinu sacrifices himself to save Rumi. And when that happened, I was like, no, not Jinu, no. And then, Rumi is sad because, like I said, they love each other. And then Jinu is like, you set my soul free. So he sacrificed himself for her, but now his soul is free. He's not a slave to Guima anymore. So that was really sad. After that happened, the K-pop demon hunters, Zoe and Mira and Rumi, were able to kick butt. They were able to beat those demons, defeat Guima, and save the day. And everyone got out of the trance. And yes, they were able to defeat the other Saja boys as well. And yes, and everyone lives happily ever after because, like Rumi realized, it's okay if we have flaws, and we don't have to pretend to, and we don't have to hide our flaws, and that's what makes us human. That's what makes it's okay. That's part of life. And she realizes that, and that's what makes the Han moon even stronger, because being your true self and being genuine strengthens the Han moon. And that's what happened, and the Han moon became golden, and the world was saved. So yes, and then now that her bandmates know her secret, she was able to finally breed, and a weight was lifted off her shoulders, and they finally went to the bathhouse. um and yes, they had a great time at the spa. So yeah, so it was a really good movie. The only questions I had were, so when the Saja boys were singing, and dominating the charts and everything, they use that to steal the fans of souls and give it to Guima. So I wonder at the end of the movie, like the fans that their souls were stolen, they ever get their souls back? I mean, I think they did because, but I'm not 100% sure. Another question I had is the other Saja boys. So we know Jinu is like, the leader of the Saja boys, and there were four other Saja boys, yeah? So were they like, also humans like Jinu and they sold their soul and became demons, or were they always demons? I wonder about that. They never address that. Yeah, I guess that's it. Those are the only two questions I have. But yes, there were no cons to this movie. This movie was fantastic. Like I said, very catchy songs. Yeah, the slow songs too were also really good. The lyrics were amazing. The animation was fantastic. Like the animation, the character design, the fashion. I just love the fashion of the girls. They look, the makeup, the clothes, the hair, the jewelry. They looked amazing. Yes, character design was great. It was funny. Like it was just, the storyline was just, it was just a very straightforward storyline. You know what I mean? Like it was a straightforward, entertaining story, nothing complicated. You know what I'm saying? And it was just a fun time. It was just a fun, feel good movie. And the voice acting was great. The cast did an amazing job. And yeah, it was really great movie. The only thing I didn't like was the genie who died. Why did he have to do that? But you know what, hopefully they might make a, hopefully they'll make a sequel, because this was a very successful movie for Netflix. So hopefully they make a sequel, and maybe, who knows, Genu might come back and him and Rumi might reunite and officially become a couple. We'll see. But yeah, aside from that, Genu, dying, it was a really good movie. I give it a 10 out of 10. Yes, if you have not checked it out, uh definitely check it out. And yes, thank you so much for watching the video. I've been talking for a while. So I appreciate you. Oh my goodness, thunder just happened just now. Okay, anyway, I appreciate you listening to me for this long. Please like and subscribe, and have an amazing day, and I will catch you in the next video. Bye.